Hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you happen to be watching this video. This is a brief video to run you through the Catapult formula and how it can help you grow your business. So people often ask, how can you double a business? And it sounds like a lot of work, and I'm not saying it will be sort of completely effortless, but you don't necessarily have to double the amount of work you do. The formula works by applying comparatively small increases to various elements of your business, and that gives you exponential growth. So it's growth on top of growth on top of growth. And as we say here, that means you don't necessarily have to work twice as hard, even if you double or triple your business. So what we'll do is we'll run through the formula, and then we'll actually show you some numbers. I've got a spreadsheet set up that actually runs you through how it all works. So this is how just about every business I've ever come across runs. You have people looking, maybe they look at a newspaper ad, maybe they walk in a shop, maybe they visit your website. Some of those are going to turn into leads, so you times that by your lead conversion rate, gives you your number of leads. Now that sounds a bit weird to some people, but some people looking at your website are probably competitors trying to see what you do. They're not actually a lead. Sometimes people aren't looking to buy, they're just looking for some information. Sometimes people find you at random. So people looking aren't necessarily all potential customers. So people looking times your lead conversion gives you your number of leads. Times that by your customer conversion, which is what we're more interested in, is how many of the leads turn into customers. That gives you your number of customers. If you times your number of customers by what they spend with you and the number of times they purchase, so this is maybe over a 12-month period, say, for most businesses would tend to run by looking at the course of a year. So that gives you your revenue, and revenue times your profit margin actually equals your profits, which is all kind of straightforward, I hope. Okay, so what we'll do now is we'll run to the spreadsheet, we'll bring that up on the screen, and we'll talk you through some numbers and show you how it works there. I look forward to seeing you there. Cheers. So here we are on the spreadsheet. I've just shown you the formula laid out a bit more presentable than this, but this is where it gets interesting because here are the numbers. So on the left hand side you can see I've just laid out the formula as you've just seen it, but basically in a spreadsheet format going down. People looking, lead conversion rate, lead to customer conversion rate, and so on and so on. And for this business, we're assuming that 1,000 people a month go and say, look at the website, for example. Half of them are interested people. That gives you 6,000 leads. 20% of those become customers. So that's 1,200 customers for the year. Each one spends about £200 per transaction and spends that twice. Which gives you £480,000 revenue in this case, with a profit margin of 33%, leaves you with 158,400. This column here is where we apply what we call the catapults. That would be one of the services or tools we offer, or some training, or something you apply to your business. Doesn't necessarily have to be something we're providing for you. And then on the right hand side it's just a copy, but with the formula added. So in other words, the zero increase, so obviously the figure is going to be the same both sides at the minute. Okay, so how do we get more people looking? Well, one of the things we do here is we look at keywords and key phrases that you rank for in Google that are probably on page 2 or 3. That normally, comparatively easily, with a few tweaks, you could probably get them to the first page of Google. And that's often a way a lot of businesses can get a nice increase in traffic just from doing that. The other thing we can do is we can actually go and look at your competitors, and quite legally you can go, and if you know what you're doing and where to find it and where to pay for it, we can get information, and that's what we do for you as part of the package. So we can see what words and phrases that your competitors are actually paying for in the search engines. The idea being that obviously if they're paying for them, they must be profitable for them, and we can just go in and we can basically go and copy what they're doing. So that's great. And then the search engine optimization that we give you some training on, there's pay-per-click, there's social media campaigns, there's blogging, and all various ways you can drive more traffic. So not unreasonable to expect a 20% increase. With an SEO campaign, we've actually tripled a business in one go. So if we could do a 300% increase just there, that would be quite a nice increase in your revenue. But we're just going to go small. We're going to say 20%. Lead conversion rate. Now here's, if you haven't taken the free trial yet of our live chat system, I suggest you do. A lot of businesses get a 20 to 30% increase just from adding live chat. Now the reason it works is a lot of people, they surf the web. They're looking at your website. They'll go and check out other websites as well. The live chat box is something that jumps out in front of them, so they can quickly ask a question, or they might respond to you messaging them, okay, with a preset message, and then they will come and you can talk to them. It's just like answering the phone. Some businesses say, oh well, isn't it a lot of work having to chat to all these people? Well, you know, you're only going to get a 20 to 30% increase probably. You know, some people do more, but I would expect minimum 2.5%. Well, if you've got 100 visits a day, that's an extra 2 to 3 customers, potential customers, interested people a day, you know, just on 100 visits a day, okay? That is at the low end. A lot of businesses do 20 to 30%, but it's just like answering the phone. I always say, do you answer the phone? They say, yeah, of course I do. It's just like answering the phone. So again, 20 to 30%, not unreasonable. Let's go 20. Lead to customer conversion rate. What we want to do here is we want to analyze why people aren't buying, or why they are on certain pages perhaps, okay? And the other thing we want to do is we want to try and capture people that don't buy straight away, so we can market to them again. So we have a newsletter system, an email capture system that works with the live chat. So if you want to put a pre-recorded message on, so you don't have to speak to anybody, that encourages people to, you know, leave a message for you, their email will automatically be added to a list and you can remarket to them. That's one thing we can do. So over the course of the year, you will increase your conversion rate if you market to them, okay? And the other thing we can do is use heat map software, which actually analyzes how people use your site. You can even watch little videos of how they actually use your site. Again, one business tripled their conversion rate by analyzing the heat maps. We're just going to go 20%, we're going to go low. So between the two systems that we provide as part of the Catapult package, we're going to go low and say 20%, okay? Average transaction spend, depends on what you do, how easy that is to increase. A lot of businesses have just increased their prices by 10%. There are things you can do with add-on sales, and something I quite like to suggest to businesses is they do a joint venture with another related business that will give them a finder's fee perhaps, or a percentage of the profits, because then you don't have to do any extra work. But again, I'm going to go low and I'm just going to say 10% here, okay? Number of purchases, again, I don't know what business you're in, I don't know what you sell, so let's go low, let's go 10%. So we're not even making them buy once more from you a year, we're just going, you know, 0.2, okay? And profit margin, again, if you're doing more business, you ought to be able to get maybe bulk discounts from your suppliers. You might be able to negotiate, you might be able to shop around, we might be able to reduce your spend on marketing without losing any revenue, and that's often the case. Might be able to help install more profitable ways of generating business. You can upsell, you can downsell. There's various strategies we have that we'll be doing a training on. So let's go low, let's go 10%, and as you can see down the bottom here, just by going on things where we have tripled that, you know, before. We know people that have tripled the conversion rate by using the heat map, okay? We know people that have got sort of double the business from the live chat. So we've gone very, very conservatively low here, and then on these we've gone very low as well. That gives you 130% increase on your business. We've more than doubled it on just on those figures. If we want to say, okay, well look, you know, there's no way I can increase my, you know, there's no way I can increase what I charge, you're still 109%, okay? And maybe it might be realistic to say that we can get, you know, 100% increase on that. Maybe we don't get any increase in the number of leads. Maybe the conversion rate is a 10% increase, you know, not a 20% increase. That is so low, I'm tempted to leave it, but let's say we can't do anything there either. We've still got 142% increase just from doing these little things here. Even if you can't do that, you know, we just doubled your business there and got you a slightly better conversion rate, double the amount of people looking. So you can play around with this formula for yourself. I'll make the spreadsheet available to download. You can put your business numbers in, and you can put some figures in here. But if you haven't got the live chat, the live chat is just such an easy win for most people. And in fact, that if you want to become like a Catapult member and pay for our services and training and everything all in one go, often the live chat can make that pay for itself anyway. So you might want to check that out. Okay, thanks for your time. Hopefully see you on the inside.